Welcome to the Big Movement Podcast. If you're ready to create results and make huge strides in your business, finances, personal development, and health, then you're in the right place. Pushing past excuses and powering through procrastination can be a challenge alone. Here, you'll get the support, tools, and knowledge you need to get to the level you desire in your business and life. Let's get started with your host, Byron Ingram.
And welcome to another episode of the Big Movement Podcast. Today, we're going to discuss adding value to your network and its importance. Let's face it, we live in a world where the value or the size of your network truly can impact the amount of revenue you're able to generate in your business. Yet so many times as entrepreneurs, a thing tends to happen. People look at their network as simply a meal ticket. If you look at your network as a meal ticket, how well is that going to work for you? Because think about what happens with the meal ticket. Once you cash it in, it's gone. You have to look at how do you nurture your network like you're growing a fruit tree. And why a fruit tree? It's simple. When you take care of it, year after year, it produces more and more fruit. And then you can take the fruit that is blossoming from it, take the seeds from those, and grow it even further, thus expanding your network. So you have to think about your network as a fruit tree. It's just a different analogy, a different way of looking at it. So how do you truly add value to your network? There's 4 simple ways. The first way is treat every connection as they're special, because they really are. Often, and many times when people are networking, they want to treat every person as they're the same, as if they're the same exact individual over and over. Well, that doesn't help you in your business, in your life, because you think about the friendships you have. Would you call all of them John or Jane or Sally or Cindy or whoever? No, of course not. Each person has their own unique name, their own unique personality. And you need to treat them as such, because ultimately these are friendships that you're creating. These are the people that you want to go out to dinner with, out to lunch with, people you want to meet for coffee, all of it. Because when you treat everyone that way, guess what tends to happen? It's no longer just about business. People are looking at how to genuinely connect with each other, how to add value to their lives, and ultimately help each other out. So that brings us to point number 2. When you focus on people as friendships, you begin to look for ways to help people in their lives. And I don't mean something as simple as like carrying their groceries out of the grocery store or deal like that, but truly look at how can you help them solve a problem. It's at this point, it's not about making a sale or anything like that. You're looking at what's going on and asking yourself a simple question. How can you help them solve it? That is the key to it. So if someone's having trouble, let's say, with creating an opt-in, like, I'm not sure what I should say, give them a hand. Don't make it about, well, I can help you for $97 by hourly rate or whatever. Just give them some pointers to put them in the right direction, because you never know what that person will do. They might say, you know what, that was so valuable, that was so helpful. And instead of them just being grateful, like, oh, thanks for helping me, what do you think the likelihood of that person telling their network, oh my gosh, if you need help with this, this is the person to go to? So think about it from that standpoint. Which do you want to go for? The sale that you might get right then and there, or access to the whole person's network because they're giving you a social endorsement? Look for the second option there, because this goes into building rapport with people. As rapport is critical in any relationship. Think of it as dating differently. It's dating for business. That your goal is to solidify that relationship. You want to increase the know, like, and trust factor. So you're always the first person they think of when it comes to your particular product or service. So take a step back and look at what you're doing and ask yourself, how can you build rapport? It could be something as simple as sending a message on Facebook, sending someone a text message, giving them a call, sending them a text, let's say an email that has an image from a newspaper that you saw, or let's say you're at the airport and you saw their book at one of the little kiosks, taking a picture of it. The list goes in is endless of what you can do to build rapport. So just think about how you build rapport with your friends. How did it get there? Where you went from a simple handshake like, oh, hey, how's it going? Great to meet you, to, all right, we are going to the game and we're going to have a great time. Think of what are the things that you did to achieve that. That's what you want to be focusing on in your business. How do you create that? And then this goes on to the last point. And that's continue to focus on problem solving. And it's not just like where I said before, it's adding values to their lives. It is really taking a deep dive to look at how can you solve a common problem that your network is having. Because you see, when you're adding value individually, people are going to have that one problem here, one problem there. But if you know that you have a special network, let's say that you're just that super connector, and you realize that, I need to get a whole bunch of people together because they're all struggling one way. Well, now you can solve one problem for the masses in one single shot. That's what you want to look at it. How can you add that mass value, solve a mass problem in your network? Because then, one, you're contributing to their lives and thinking, wow, this person really took that moment out of their day to help me. But then the other component comes into, they now know you as the bona fide expert in this particular topic area. So what I want you to do is look at your expertise, look at what you're able to do, and then ask your network, what can you do to add value to their life and do it on scale? Because when you do that, that's when the magic happens, and that's when people begin to know you for your ability to solve a particular problem. So take that to heart and go out there and add value to your network, because when you do that consistently, day in and day out, it will grow, and then you will become prosperous each and every day.
Thanks for listening to the Big Movement Podcast today. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now that you've surely been inspired to take your entrepreneurial career and business to the next level, you can stop by the website and get more. And if you're ready to boost your business brand, be sure to grab your free report, 7 Easy Steps to Build Your Brand Today.